People often forget that Batman is just a regular ass dude. Like, this man is not supposed to have any superpowers, yet he has one, and that is the power of plot armor. Like, tell me how this man has been able to complete such amazing feats when he's just a dude in a bat suit. He is quite literally a rich man cosplaying as a furry crime-fighting superhero. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Batman is cool, but he's just a dude. Like, in a universe with gods and monsters, this man is just a dude with money. He's quite literally, he's just Jeff Bezos, like, except he has hair. So that's probably why he's not evil. Anyways, we're gonna go over the most unbelievable, most amazing feats that Batman has ever accomplished. Now, there have been multiple times where Batman has beaten Superman's ass, but I'm just gonna go over the most notable ones. The first example coming from The Dark Knight Returns. Now, in this story, superheroes are outlawed, with the exception of Superman, who works under the government. Now, Batman decides to build a cool robot suit to 1v1 Superman to prove a point to the government, except it wasn't a true 1v1 because he had Green Arrow shoot kryptonite. But, I mean, he planned it, so I guess it's technically legal, I don't know. Anyways, point being, he beat the shit out of Superman just to prove his point, showing that Superman is not as invincible as they think he is. The next example I want to talk about comes from Batman. Hush. Superman loses control and he starts attacking wildly because of Poison Ivy's control on him. This leads to a little game of cat and mouse between Batman and Superman. Now, while this wasn't a clear-cut and dried beat-down victory from Batman, it's still ridiculous that he was able to neutralize and hold his own against a mind-controlled Superman. It wasn't until Catwoman threw Lois Lane off a building that Superman came to. And this was all done with little to no prep time, which I'll talk about later. But honestly, these feats aren't even that impressive, considering he single-handedly defeated the entire Justice League before. Remember when I was talking about Batman and prep time? Well, there was this one time where the Joker corrupted the entire Justice League and had them fight Batman. Now, you would think that a group of superpowered beings, the literal protectors of Earth, you'd think that they could easily wipe the floor with a dude dressed in a batsuit, but no. Because of this fabled plot armor device called Prep Time, Batman was able to create a contingency plan for each member of the Justice League, as well as a giant robot suit to fight them with. Now, I know what you're thinking. What were the contingency plans? Well, he used a relic to trick Wonder Woman into thinking she had killed Batman, when in reality it was all in her head. Meanwhile, in the real world, she's just standing there. For the Flash, he used a combination of hyper-fast servers, which react faster than the Flash, and frictionless fluid cannons, which shoot frictionless fluid to use his own velocity against him. Conveniently, it also incapacitates him, because why not? Why not just make the most OP fluid known to man? How the fuck can something even be frictionless? Like, isn't that against the laws of physics? These contingency plans are so fucking goop. And then for Aquaman, he just covers him in some goop that steals the moisture from his body. Now, this one's probably the lamest one, but I mean, honestly, what did you expect? You thought Aquaman was cool or something. Batman and Superman then proceed to duke it out, and the fight is surprisingly even. That is, until Batman spits kryptonite gum into Superman and knocks him out. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but that was not the entire Justice League. That was only some of the members he defeated. Well, don't you worry, because I present to you the Tower of Babel. In this storyline, Batman created a contingency plan for each individual Justice League members. I know, shocking, right? Then Ra's al Ghul stole all of the plans, and then used it to systematically defeat the entire Justice League. There, you nerd. Are you happy now? Remember when I briefly mentioned the existence of gods in the DC universe? Well, Darkseid is one of them, and he's quite literally a Justice League level threat. This man is no joke. He has an entire army and a planet that he rules. He's like the DC version of Thanos, but stronger. But Batman just says, fuck it. Oh, you've defeated the Justice League? Well, I have too. And then he shoots Darkseid like he's in a fucking Fortnite lobby. Or that time he had the entire Justice League forge him a suit, just so he could 1v1 Darkseid. I guess you could say it was one hell of a suit. It's come to the point where Batman has been written to be, actually, never mind.
Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know.